evening, and welcome back to Everyday Talks 24/7. Really great to be with you tonight. It's Wednesday, March 12th. We're going to continue talking about Jesus' brilliant words in the Sermon on the Mount, where he says, when you follow his commands, when you put his words into practice, when you are wise, you are building a foundation upon the rock, upon stone, that cannot be moved when the storms of life crash into it. But if you build your foundation, you build your house on a foundation of sand, then when these storms of life come, the house is destroyed with a great crash. We've been talking about relationships and how this fits into relationships in particular. And tonight I want to talk specifically about what happens when we try and talk about intimacy without it being built on the rock of God's truth. And I'm talking about more than just physical intimacy. I'm talking about relational, emotional intimacy, where we reach out and trust. You see, intimacy before commitment is a foundation of sand. Being open to someone in the deepest levels. Unless there's a commitment, you're building the foundation of sand and leading to a great crash. Commitment is something that's more than just a personal statement of I'm committed to you or I love you. In a relationship between a man and a woman, for a true trusted intimacy to occur, there must be a public, binding acknowledgement, a statement of love, care, loyalty, fidelity, expressed before man and God. That's what commitment is. Anything less than that is just a statement between two people that can be discarded at any time. Now, again, you can figure this out. This basically constitutes marriage. And what we have done is we have taken the biblical idea of marriage and we have replaced it with terms like boyfriend, girlfriend, or I'm in a committed relationship. Really? What are you committed to? If it's boyfriend, girlfriend, we can get out anytime. I haven't said publicly, I am there forever. I'm not going anywhere. I'm committed. Whether things go well or don't go well, I'm committed. Because I'm in this because God called me to it. You see, anything less than this binding commitment, this public commitment, where you lay it on the line, anything less, whether it be boyfriend, girlfriend, committed relationship, whatever you want to call it, is a relationship built on sand. And it will not survive. In particular, this committed relationship based on sand is devastating to women. It hurts men too, don't misunderstand. But it's particularly devastating to women. Because they never know when this thing's going to end. I don't care how many promises you make, even if there are children involved. If there's not that commitment that is based upon love, care, fidelity, loyalty, that's expressed in a public binding commitment and statement of that before man and God, essentially marriage, what results is a total lack of instability. Look at our relationships around us. See, I get to ask my favorite question here. How is this movement away from biblical marriage, how is it working out for us? All we have is relationships that are filled with anxiety, that are unstable, that produce worry. Sure, we may find one here or there which says, well, no, they're working out fine. But then that crumbles too. This is a horrible model for marriage. It's a horrible example for children. We have seen committed relationship or boyfriend, girlfriend be the step to marriage, when in fact, all it does is devastate marriage. Because there's no preparation for marriage at all, because in these quote-unquote committed relationships, there's always a way out. And that's not what marriage is. If we want relationships that are built on the solid rock of Christ, if we want to know true intimacy, not intimacy that brings anxiety and worry and doubt and devastation, but it's got to be based upon a biblical view of marriage and not let these pretend elements shape our idea of marriage. We need to let the Word of God shape our idea of marriage so that we're building on the rock. It's going to be tough enough building on the rock, but if you built on sand, wow, that's what you get when we see the mess around us. Biblical basis for this is in my Future Husband series. I'm going to include this in that Future Husband series as well. So I go into great detail and lots of background, but I just wanted to do one tonight since we're talking about this powerful image of building on rock or building on sand. Nothing fits that more directly than relationships and intimacy. Are we trying to build it on sand? Devastation awaits. Our hope is to build on the rock. Love your thoughts, your feedback. This is so important. This is how we keep from being conformed to the world, so we can be transformed by the rock, the Word of God. Looking forward to your thoughts. You have a great evening, and Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.